Hillary Clinton off the hook, it seems, once again. In a bombshell announcement yesterday, FBI Director James Comey writes this letter, quote, "Since my letter, the FBI investigative team have been working around the clock to process and review a large volume of emails." He wouldn't say 650,000. "Based on our review, we have not changed our conclusion. But will voters let her off the hook?" Let's ask our political panel right now. GOP strategist Phil Stutz is here. Tez Figaro is here. She's an independent and former Sanders supporter. And Marcy Stech is here, the VP of the Democratic group, Emily's List. Marcy, is this now put the wind back in Hillary's sails?
Well, it certainly takes the wind out of Donald Trump's sails. I mean, the bottom line is this was the base of his entire last week on the campaign trail. He was giving voters nothing to vote for. All he was doing was talking about Hillary Clinton and emails, Hillary Clinton emails. The case has been closed. You know, we know the same thing that we know back in July, that, you know, questions have been asked and answered. And I think 24 hours before the polls open in these critical key states, this is not a good look for Donald Trump. He's got to figure out something new in the next 24
hours.
And
what Marcy's saying is not without merit, but you could also say, too, that shows a judgment so an accused pedophile, Congressman Weiner, gets access to this. Does that play to the judgment call?
Well, it may play to the judgment call. I actually think it's a reverse effect, just to look at this a little differently. I think in states like Michigan and Pennsylvania that are election day, voting, whereas opposed to Florida and North Carolina, it's kind of, the cake is kind of already baked, that this could have a negative effect on Hillary. Think about it this way: how angry the voters are that support Trump in these states that the charges weren't brought against her, that the case is now closed.
So they're more motivated.
I think they could be more motivated.
Very interesting. Tez, your thoughts about this coming out? I know you got to be somewhat taken aback because now all these emails, these WikiLeaks stuff come out, and your candidate never really had a shot to begin with.
Right. I mean, you're not really taken aback because we've seen it firsthand. The WikiLeaks has given us an opportunity, to show America what we've been talking about year over year. And I would say, just to respectfully disagree that the case is not closed. On Wednesday is going to determine if Hillary Clinton wins. She's going to have a hard 4 years because people are going to continue to expose. They're going to continue to talk about the emails. They're going to continue to talk about the WikiLeaks, and she will have a hard time governing. So it's not over. It's nothing to see here. Let's just move on and go to the election. It's actually going to start a bigger movement on Wednesday.
Yeah, you're right, because the Republicans will keep the House, and you better believe there are going to be a lot of investigations over the next 4 years. And frankly, I think it's one of the things that if Hillary would win, that would unify the Republican Party, because now we have a common person that we can put all our energy behind.
And more angst.
Well, we have seen this political witch hunt go after Hillary Clinton for now decades, right? Whether it's on her honest and trustworthy. We've seen it now ever since she was in the political sphere. I think the idea of using taxpayer dollars to fund an apparatus to take her down as president of the United States is going to be a losing strategy for Republicans.
For decades, then get ready for another 4 years. She'll be good and practiced and ready to go for another 4 years.
There's something there.
This is about priorities.
I mean,
right?
Listen,
and the people's priority is to continue to monitor Hillary.
The foundation is still being investigated too, Brian. The foundation is still being investigated.
It's ongoing. Marcy, just real quick, I think you're right. It would be cause a lot of angst for this investigation to continue. But isn't this all self-inflicted? If the foundation didn't have some dicey relationships, if she didn't choose the private server, there would be nothing to really go after.
Well, look, she has had a long and storied career of doing what she does best, which is to fight for children, to fight for families, to do that through the foundation. You want to know
what she does best.
I think the conversation that we are having right now is not the conversation that voters are having as they are deciding who to vote for.
Actually, they are.
I think Trust me, that's the conversation. It's between
Welcome to Thanksgiving in America in 2016. Thanks so much. Great conversation just tapping the surface.